What if Miss Frizzle made your homeschool curriculum? That's basically what this is. Let me show you inside. First, I wanted to answer one of our most asked questions, which is what ages is this actually for? The red one, or the original pack, is for ages 4-ish to 10. My son is about to turn 4 and we're about to do this with him. The extension pack was made as an extension, of course, to this, but it's also a standalone for children who are probably 9 and above. So the way that I kind of recommend that you guys use these is if you have an oldest child with younger children, then use this one. But if your youngest is 8 or 9, then use this one. You can that's a hard word to say. Alternatively, you can use both, which is what we're going to be doing because my children are 4. 9 and turning 11 next week. So I'm going to be using both because we have done this pack like 3 times since I've come out with it in full. There are 20 different units. Each one of them has a very similar layout. There's 5 different lessons. And I actually do have at the very beginning a little sample schedule that you can use. Okay, so this is the one that we have done in the past. This is what we did when I was making the study. This is what we've done kind of to just fit this in during the summer, is doing all the unit in one day. Now we've also done 2 units per week, but like I said, this is completely up to you. And while you are waiting for your purchase to actually come to you, if you want this schedule or this book and show list. Let me get there. Sorry, my fingers aren't working today. The book and show list so that you can start preparing while it's coming to you. I'm more than happy to send that to you. I also had somebody ask if it is the old Magic School Bus or the new Magic School Bus, and I do recommend both if that's there. So the Scholastic Reader is the one that we built it on, other Magic School Bus books, the Magic School Bus Show, and the Magic School Bus Reds Again show. So if you wanted to do this over a whole week, there's plenty for you to read and do along with each lesson. But without any further ado, let's get to the flip through. All right, so unit schedules, like I said, you can choose whatever you want to do. These are just optional suggestions because I was asked, after this had been out for about a year, I was asked for myself to include that. Now, this first unit is available at no cost to you, but I'm also going just to do a very much slower flip through this one because this is the unit that I give away. So this is the book that it was based on, but you can quite literally use, like I said, any book, any show, even if you can't find a Magic School Bus book or you want to extend it for the full week, find a bunch of books on birds, shows on birds. You can really extend this as long as you possibly want to. Then mini lesson 1 is where you're going to read and answer questions or ask the show. This is where we would normally pull up the TV show, read the book, get them to do kind of like an oral or typed narration and answer all these questions. The next day we would do a student report paired with like another book or another show. And then here we would start on the actual activities. All right, so there's always a STEAM kind of a unit, a craft kind of, lesson, and then a recipe. So in this one, we've got Build a Bird's Nest, and this is what my kiddos had built when we first came out with this. Like I said, I think it was like 3 years ago. They used mud and sticks. You can also use indoor activities for that, then bird's nest cookies. We're going to be starting with this one. I actually might think we might do this week because it's going to be a really fun way to include my littlest in all of this. So then, like I said, we've got 20 different units based on all kinds of different themes, and I actually do have another Little Miss Frizzle thing in the works right now. That'll just be as an extension. So first we go through animal science. We've got dinos. Somebody asked me about evolution. I suggest that you read the book or watch the show first to kind of decide because it's sort of evolutionary, but you can skip around it if that isn't your cup of tea. After animals, we've got anatomy, then climates and seasons, and then space. Okay, so like I said, animals, climates and seasons, anatomy, and space. The other question I wanted to answer is, do you have to do this in a specific order? Absolutely not. You can skip around as you want to. We usually do it in the order unless we're picking and choosing out, and we do offer a print it yourself version of the full unit as well as getting the other units separately, only in a print it yourself version. I also am intending to put up a full YT video, and I have an FB group you can join, as well as I'm on pretty much any other platform. So if you're watching this on TikTok, you can shop directly in the video. If you don't trust the TT shop, like a lot of people don't, that's totally fine, and you still want to support me, you can go to the E shop or the S shop or the T shop, which are also all on my profile. So if you go to like the thing that you could tap on, that is going to be your best bet for that. So this is the anatomy section. We've got the heart, we've got senses, we've got germs, and we've got teeth. I think they're all so fun. Then we go into climates and seasons, and some people will pick and choose from these to do during different seasons, you know, winter, summer, spring, and fall sort of a thing. I think when we do this, we're just going to start at the beginning and go through as long as my kids stay interested. I honestly am not sure. I'm going to be planning out our next term of school this weekend because we just finished our history kids term. I'm skipping some pages here, but that's basically because I've already taken so much of your time. Like I said, this is the original pack, so this one is meant for up to ages like 9 or 10. However, my daughter is 11 and she is more than happy with doing this one again, but I do want to challenge them since it's mainly their school and go to the extension pack. So I'm going to do like a very minor flip through of the extension pack, but you can always go to my highlights or playlist at any time to see the rest of that. And I think the main thing I'm going to show you in here is just that lesson that, like I said, you can print it yourself at no cost. It's just a really good way to try this out. Like I said, you can do it over a week. You can do it over a day, 100% up to you. So this one is a read and answer questions. You can use different books. You can use the same books. It is, like I said, 100% up to you, but then they're going to write a research report. And if you need to know how to do that, it does tell you over here how to do it for different grades. So it goes all the way up to 8th grade. We've got a rubric, how to write a paragraph, all that kind of stuff. So that is what my oldest is going to be doing. The middle is not super strong with writing because he's dyslexic, so he's going to be probably doing this one. But like I said, different activities, same theme. All right. So if you guys have any other questions for me, leave a comment. Make sure you check out the playlist or highlight this is attached to. Quite literally ask me any appropriate question about these, and I am so happy to answer it for you. Shop in the video or on my profile. Love you.